Welcome back to the Tatum Show, where good is the enemy of great. Guys, I'm Derek Tatum, your host, man. I got a hot show, man. It's gonna be some controversial things. I'm talking about how I don't like travel ball culture. And then we can also talk about being bullied into the portal. All right. And then the last thing we're gonna talk about is surviving in college, guys. Surviving in college as an athlete, man. So first, guys, man, this topic with the social media has grown. Also, the travel ball culture has grown to a point where I don't like it no more, y'all. Listen, I like travel ball. I love the competition, but I hate the culture. And I say hate the culture because I don't hate many things, but for instance, y'all, and I want to kind of go through this list, man, because like I'm gonna get some fallback from this. I got some friends that run some great travel ball teams here in Atlanta, ranked nationally. I got some friends in Cleveland, where I'm from. They run some great teams, but the culture is toxic, guys. It's so toxic. Let me tell you why. First things first. There's always a disconnect between like middle school coaches and travel ball coaches, and people on the travel ball side be like, well, you don't, playing middle school, you don't get to play against the best competition. I get that part, but what I don't like is I don't like coming to a game and the coach smell like weed. They gambling in the parking lot. You got parents fighting in the stands. You got coaches arguing referees, almost about to fight, then coaches fighting each other. Like, man, that culture is so toxic for a young man. Guys, football is the outlet for these young boys. It is the place of like, man, I'm going through a lot at home, or I have a lot on my mind, but this is my sanctuary. But y'all making it to be about you. And to me, that's my main issue I have with travel ball is it's become a spectacle. It used to be guys want to just compete, but it's become a spectacle. Who got the best uniforms? Who got the most social media likes? Who got the best intro? Instead of about the real game. And then another thing, man, like y'all got these young boys cussing, like 9, 10-year-olds boys cussing chants, highlight videos, explicit cussing. I'm like, man, when did it become acceptable to be a 9 or 10-year-old boy and you got explicit cussing, derogatory lyrics on your highlight videos? Like to me, man, that's not cool. It's not okay. I don't like it. I don't care what you think about it. I don't like it, and it is bad for our culture. And then, so I talked to one of the top middle school coaches here in Georgia, and he said, about some travel ball coaches, like, man, middle school ball is a waste of time. And let me tell you what middle school ball teaches you. All right, so like I believe travel ball should stop at 11U, so these kids can go play 7th and 8th grade with their middle schools to get ready to play high school football. All right, and let me tell you why I think it should stop at 11U and let these kids play, with their rec that's in their high school park, or play middle school ball for the middle school team. All right, so one, you're getting him ready for high school because now this kid has to balance having his grades right. Like, or you can't play football. See, you travel ball coaches, y'all don't care about nobody's grades. If a kid grades is bad and he's a star player, he plays anyway. Like, then as a middle school coach, you're doing so much more because you got to worry about, first of all, is this kid going to be able to come to class? Okay. Is this kid, going to do good in school? You got to worry about, this kid missed school. Oh, this kid grades is bad, so now I got to help him find a tutor or help this kid understand that, hey, man, you have to be 2.5 or better to even play football. Like that's the dynamic that travel ball you're missing, of just understanding you're getting prepared for high school and getting prepared for college. But you miss that when you're playing all travel ball all throughout. And then nothing, y'all, and y'all don't want to talk about this right here. So some of these good teams, you hide these kids' flaws, because this running back or this travel ball guy, he the most dominant because he got the best O-line in the country. He got the best quarterback. He got the best defense. Now, when you get in an environment where your O-line ain't the best or your quarterback ain't the best, how can you thrive? So some of those kids, they don't never thrive because they never been in an environment where they really didn't have the best team every single time. Now again, now we know some of those kids, they're like that and they can become stars and get a bunch of offers early. But I don't know, like it just I don't understand the culture and why it's so toxic. Guys, like I think you travel ball coaches, like stop the nonsense, man. Because I'm watching the post on social media and I'm like, this getting real personal. I'm like, it stopped becoming about the kid and becoming about your personal ego. And so that's why, again, I say I like travel ball, but I hate the culture because what are we teaching our kids? Like, it's like back in the day, and I always say this, man, like the coaches in our Power Six in Cleveland, where I'm from, man, these were men coaches, man. These were role model coaches. All right. Now, like I believe there should be a certification to be a coach in travel ball. Because man, it's too many guys out here teaching the wrong things and influencing our kids the wrong way. Like, man, I just believe this. There's no way, like, no way have I ever came to football practice and my coach smelled like weed. Yeah, I ain't saying you can't smoke weed, man, but I'm just saying not before football practice, man. Okay? Like, I never seen my coach when I grew up get into a fight with another coach. I've never seen that. I've never seen people getting shot at youth football games. Now, I know it happened back in the day at times, but man, it's happening every single week now. It's happening every single week. And then you try to knock another coach, a rec coach or a park ball, or a middle school coach, but you got a stacked team. So like some of y'all, I'm not saying all y'all, some of y'all really can't coach. That's just what it is. You just got the best team. And you want to beat your chest because you beating everybody, but you got the best team, bro. What are you supposed to win? Now, when you coaching at a middle school, when you got an undersized old lineman, you got a 5'2" quarterback, you got to deal with mixed pieces and put them together and coach a way that's conducive to your personnel. But if I got the biggest O-line in the country, I got 3 All-American running backs, in 7th grade. I got an All-American receiver and 4 All-Americans on defense. Like, of course I'm gonna win. Some guys can coach who have travel ball teams. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying some of these guys are beating their chest when you got the whipstick, man. So that's why I like middle school ball. I like middle school ball because again, it's preparing them for high school, man. It's preparing them for college. Hey, you got to be at class on time, okay? Okay, you got to be to workouts on time, okay? You can't be in school messing up because if you do that, you can't play. So a middle school coach has to deal with a lot more than a park ball coach, okay? I'm dealing with, hey, man, this kid, ain't eat today, so I got to go feed this kid. I'm dealing with this kid ain't come to school because something happened at home. So now I gotta figure out what's going on because I gotta make sure he's at school so he's ready for school and ready for football and getting ready for life. I'm not saying park ball coaches aren't teaching life skills. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the culture is toxic, guys. It's toxic. Somebody was like, well, man, your son is good, man. You need to put him on a travel ball team so he can get some real competition. Yeah, I get it, man. And but I don't want that culture, man. Like, man, like I'm at a park ball game one day, and it's so toxic. I'm like, bro, I gotta get my gun on me. I'm like, man, I don't want to be going to no youth football game and worrying about, man, somebody fighting me or fighting this person, And then another thing, man, it's like parents. Why are y'all talking trash to somebody else's kids? Like, to me, man, that is a no. That like you should never be talking trash to somebody else's kids, and that's how fights escalate. That's how issues escalate. You talking trash to a 9-year-old. You talking trash to a 10-year-old boy. Like that to me, man, parents, I think parents, like we got to get back to real parenting and sit back, watch these kids play, and don't be all that acting crazy in the damn stands all the time, man. Like we want to just see our sons play some football, and that's it. I don't want to see all the nonsense. So again, guys, leave a comment. Let me know because I love travel ball, but I hate the culture, and I just explained to y'all why. Because again, I want to make sure that these young men, I think by 11U, I think travel ball should be over with, and these kids should be playing with their park or their middle school, getting them ready for high school. Because guess what? Think about this, y'all. If I'm 7th or 8th grade and this feeds into my high school, we're running the same offense. We're running the same defense. I'm getting familiar with the terminology. I'm getting familiar with the high school coaches. Like that's what I want. Then me just coming in, I haven't played travel ball, up to 14U, and then I'm coming in. I don't know anything that the high school is doing because I've been playing travel ball. So that's my gripe, guys. That's my comment, man. And we'll be back for the next segment, guys. This is brought to you by Patchwork Studio, guys. #1 studio in the country, guys. I am filming right here at Patchworks. Guys, this is the best studio in the country. I'm talking about everybody you can name has filmed here. When I say guys from Birdman, from Lil Wayne, from Beyonce, Travis Scott, Meg Thee Stallion, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z. Beyonce was right here for one of her hits. Right behind me, this is where Beyonce was at. So I'm telling you, our Patchwork Studio, whatever you need, guys, they are here. They have engineers that are great owner. Patchwork Studios, guys, as our sponsor. The Tatum Talk Show, we're back, guys. Next segment, we're going to talk about the transfer portal. This has been a big debate. Is it good? Is it bad, man? And I'll just be honest with y'all, man. Like I actually hate the transfer portal. And everybody gonna argue, well, man, people are getting paid, man. Listen, y'all, let's kill the notion right now. All right, everybody ain't getting paid. Okay, everybody ain't getting paid. It is the top 1% of athletes are getting paid. Okay, that's the one thing that I do love about the portal. It's like you can go to a school, play good for 2 years, and then you can transfer up and get a big payday. All right. I love that about the portal. I love that. Like that, to me, that is great. Like if a kid can make 500 grand, 200 grand, 300,000, $1 million, I'm all for it. But the issue is that the portal has, it's to me made a lot of kids not really work no more, man. They didn't just know they can just transfer, man. I mean, I went on all the schools in Georgia roster from Georgia State, Georgia Tech, Georgia Southern, Kennesaw State, West Georgia, and I'm seeing kids in the portal that transferred already 2 times from 2 D1 schools, and I'm like, man, you ain't played there, you transferred again. So and then I'm looking at it, it's pushing everybody down. And a lot of parents be like, well, the portal is ruining high school opportunities. And it is, but it's not. So let me tell you why I think it's pushing these high school kids down to a level they should be at. All right. So it's really understanding, like, is these kids really like that? Because if in high school, most schools used to bring in 25 high school kids. Now they bringing in like 15 portal kids, okay, 2 or 3 JUCO kids, and like 7 or 8 high school kids. So what's happening is it's pushing everybody down one level, though. All right. So let me explain to this. So basically, think about it like this: if I'm a school like, let's say, Pittsburgh, okay, and Pittsburgh normally brings in 25 high school kids. With the portal, let's say they bring in 12, 13 high school kids, and then they're bringing in the rest portal kids. Well, those 12 or 13 kids that normally would be going to Pitt or Power 5 schools, they get pushed down to a mid-major school. That's why you're seeing more than ever mid-major schools are beating these Power 5 schools, like Georgia State. Like we did the game the other week. They beat Vanderbilt. Okay, why? Well, look on their roster. They got like 30 portal kids, okay? 20 of those kids were D1 kids. And then like 10 of them were from smaller schools and moved up. So they were D1 caliber kids. They was at a smaller school. So now you can now these kids that were again going mid-major are getting pushed down. Then those 12 kids that was going mid-major, they're pushed down D1AA. Then those 12 kids that were going D1AA, they're pushed down to D2. So what's happening is you're now what the portal has done. What I do like it is level the playing field where you can change your roster around within 2 years, where you can compete with a bigger school earlier now. Okay, that's the good thing about the portal. But I just think there has to be some kind of restrictions on the portal because man, these kids like they are leaving. If anything happens, when I say anything, if they get mad at the coach, they transferring. I think there has to be stipulations because listen, y'all, do y'all know almost 50% of the kids that's in a portal are not getting offers? Like, think about that, y'all. They're not getting offers. So this is why, like, colleges are being even picky with walk-ons now. Because think about it. If I'm a college coach and I brought in some portal kids, and then I look in a portal, and it's a kid that's been in the portal since January. And it's the new football season. So guess what? I know I can get that same kid that was on a scholarship somewhere else to walk on to my school. Like, that's the crazy part about the portal is we hear about all the kids who are getting the money, which is great. But we forget that it's kids in the portal that's losing everything and they didn't realize that, man, my scholarship is over with. Let me explain to y'all, and I know I did it before, but let me explain to y'all again. Think about it. If you're on scholarship right now, and it's about to be October, all right, and you say, I want to hop into the portal. You go to your coach, you say, man, I'm tired of this, I'm going to transfer, okay? You forget that your scholarship is over at the end of this semester. So at the end of November, beginning of December, when the semester's over, your scholarship is done. Everything that the benefits you had, they're gone. So what I'm telling you kids, I'm telling you parents, like before you hop into the transfer portal, okay, if you don't already for sure have an NIL deal waiting for you or a full scholarship waiting for you, graduate first. Graduate first. Like go in there with the mindset of I'm going to graduate as soon as possible, but do not make an emotional decision that's going to cost you years down the line. And then understand this, when you transferring, you're going to lose credits. So like if you're a kid that's been in the school for 2 years and you transfer to a different school, you may lose a semester or a full year of credits because you're transferring, because some of those credits don't transfer. These are things that nobody is thinking about. And then let me tell y'all one thing that you got to really understand too. Look at the medical staff of that school. See, you don't think when you transfer, you don't even think about that, guys. I had a friend of mine that transferred from Kentucky when I played there. Great player, but he got hurt, and the medical staff that he was at, they wasn't as good as the UK's medical staff. And it's like that injury probably would have got prevented, or he would have got healed up because of the staff we had there. So like we're basing every single decision strictly on just football. Guys, when you choosing a college, this is a 40-year decision. So understand that, okay, all right, I'm not starting right now. All right, like, hey, coach, what do I need to do so I can get more playing time? All right, and then when he tell you that, you go work your butt off in the off season. You make sure you on time to class, see, because what they're not telling you, some of these kids are flunking out. Some of these kids are not going to class, and then they want to blame somebody else, or they want to talk bad about the school, not understanding that this was your fault. Like, if every student goes into the situation and say, you know what, guys, hey, coach, I need to graduate as soon as possible. How can I graduate in 3 years? Now, so what it does is it gives you 3 years to do three things. One, to mature. All right, that's a lot of guys are immature coming out of high school. So it gives you time to mature. 2, look at the landscape, see what's going on, and then 3, time to graduate. So if you give it 3 years to graduate, and you graduate, then you can transfer because now you're a grad transfer, and it's much easier to transfer as a grad transfer than just transferring as a regular student. Okay, regular football player. So I'm like, this is this game for y'all, man. Again, I don't like the portal, but now after seeing what's going on with the portal, it's growing on me. But there has to be some kind of regulation, stipulations for the portal because, man, I'm telling y'all right now, like it's a doggy dog world, and you parents have to understand that maybe my son ain't D1. Okay, and if he ain't D1, that is okay. But you need to understand that if he's not D1, what schools fit this criteria? Who on his roster is my son better than? Okay, because before a kid go into that portal, you better have an NIL deal and you better have a home to go to, guys. All right. This segment was brought to you by Elite Talent Football Academy, the #1 football program in the country. They do football training. They do football recruiting. They also do college visits. They've had over $75 million of accepted scholarships in the last 8 years. They've had over 500 students get offers after coming to their camps within 30 days. You want more information about joining the program? Visit the website, elitetalentfootball.com. Welcome back, guys. This is the Tatum Talk Show. I'm back for my last segment, man. Good is the enemy of great. Guys, listen, this one here, man, this is why most people are giving students bad advice. All right. So in this segment right here, I want to really break this down because most parents don't understand a direction. They don't know where to go. They just look on social media. They see a camp, they're gonna go to this camp. They look on a 7-7 team. They see this team, they want to play on this team. They see a football program and they want to play in this program. Guys, let me give y'all some real live game. Before you join any program, understand who you're dealing with. See, like a lot of parents are complaining about coaching. It is your fault, parents. If you're dealing with bad coaching year after year, it's your fault. Okay? We've all had a bad coach at some point. Okay? But you have to let your son, one, experience that experience. You can't hide from it. But you got to do your research before you join a program. Okay? Anybody can get fooled. We all can get bamboozled. I get that. But before I join a program, okay, I got to make sure I talk to that coach and understand his philosophy. Okay? Before I join a basketball program, I got to understand what are they going to be doing? Hey, coach, are we going to work on man-to-man? Are we going to be mainly a zone team? Are we running a motion offense? Okay? Football. Okay? Football. Coach, are we running a 4-3 defense? Are we running a 4-4 defense? What position do you guys need? Is my son going to play this position? My son has played this position, this one, and this one. Can he play this position? Like, understand when you go in there, understand where your son going to play at. Understand, okay, coach, what kind of offense are you running? Are you running a wing T offense? Are you running a spread offense? Are you running a spread option offense? Are you running an RPO offense? These questions have to be asked. Guys, it's not like back in the day. Back in the day, we had to play for the area we lived in because we couldn't afford to travel across town. It just wasn't the norm to travel across town to play football. So it's up to you because what's happening is I'm seeing so many kids get bad advice, y'all. So many kids are getting bad advice. Like, parents, you want to just join, like I said all the time, y'all want to run to the best team, the best football team, the best 7-on-7 team, the trainer that got all the top kids. And that's fine if your son on that level. Like, that's the thing about it. Is your son really on that level? Guys, Grayson football team, I live, here in Georgia, Grayson and Buford, all right? These are two of the best programs in the state. Carrollton is too. Those three teams, if you go look at them, even Douglas County just recently, they got a bunch of dogs. They got guys playing freshman football that if they was in any other school, they'd be playing varsity. That's how good those teams are. They got guys that are varsity starters playing freshman and JV are at Buford, Grayson, and Carrollton, or these big-time schools. So here's how you got to think about it, okay? Eventually, if you're at one of those big-time schools, One, it's going to be a bunch of coaches coming to practice. So there are guys that are getting offers at those schools early because they're practicing and they seeing and these coaches are there. Now, there are also guys at those schools that are juniors that's not starting because it's just so much talent there. So sometimes, and it's not like, okay, I want to go here to play. Sometimes you just not as good enough. Not meaning like you can't play. You just not good enough to play at that particular school. So there's no right or wrong answer, but I want to play. Like, I want to have my son playing early as a freshman. Okay? That's not realistic though. Okay? Think about this, y'all. You really only have 2 years to show what you can do. Because your freshman year, if you go to a big time school, you're definitely not playing varsity unless you just one of the top players in the country. There's only 100 of those kids. So you playing freshman football. Sophomore year, you should start. But if you at a school, again, like a big time school, like a Bosco, a Mater Dei, Miami Northwestern, like one of those big time schools, one of those schools in Texas, you may not start as a sophomore. So, you'll play varsity and you'll start a little bit of sophomore year and start your junior year. And nowadays, the senior year is not as important because most schools already have 20, 21 recruits, 20, 21, 22, 23 recruits by August who are already committed. Like, I went on Tech's roster, I went on State's roster, I went on UGA roster, Ohio State roster. You go look at their roster, they have about 20 recruits already committed by August. So they're those days when somebody have a breakout senior year and they get a big time offer, those are very few and far between. So you got to say, okay, well, what's better for my son then? All right, should I go to this big time school and I know we got to wait his turn, but I know it's gonna be a bunch of colleges there, or should I go to a smaller school, play early, start varsity as a freshman, and then get my recruiting started now? There's no right or wrong answer, but I want my son to play. Let me give you a scenario, y'all. So I had 3 quarterbacks, all right? And one quarterback was better than all 3 of them. He decided to go to the big time school, all right? He had a good time watching football, all right? Good time watching football, playing JV. The other 2 quarterbacks went to smaller schools, and people were like, man, they shouldn't go to them small schools. And there were all kind of schools calling these guys saying, I want you to come to our school, come to our school. And I said, look, man, you got to go somewhere as a quarterback. You got to play early, okay? You got to play early. And then one day I was like, well, man, we'll wait our turn. I'm like, bro, your turn is now. So my 2 quarterbacks both went to these smaller schools, and these programs, they wasn't well known around the state, okay? Now, when they did that, they both started varsity. The one team went like 11-1, okay? For the first time, won 2 playoff games. The other one, they won their first conference title and went to the playoffs for like the second time in school history. Guess what? Those kids both got D1 offers. Now, the kid went to the big time school, he waiting his turn, he's starting now, but those kids already got big time offers as sophomores now, and they're ready to commit. The other kid only had 1 offer yet, but he's better than those 2. So what's better? I don't know that, but I know a lot of y'all are getting bad advice from people. Like, understand this. Be realistic of where your son is at. Like, that's the main issue, man. Everybody, all these parents, y'all not realistic. Like if your son is a 3-star, you believe he should be a 4-star. If he's a 4-star, he should be a 5-star. If he got 1 offer, he should have 10 offers. Like, man, just understand where your son is at and stop taking advice from everybody. Just because somebody, listen, I played in the league, okay, for a little bit. I played ball at Kentucky, but I have more experience of mentoring athletes. I've had over 500 kids get offers after come to my camp. I've had over 260 kids get offers in my program, okay? So, but I see guys who are like, oh yeah, I'm with so-and-so. He played in the league. Okay, he played in the league, but that don't mean he's better than this middle school coach over here. Okay, he played in the league. That don't mean he knows more about football than his park ball coach. Like, He played in the league because he was just that athletic. He was that good. Doesn't mean he knows the process. Doesn't mean he knows how to get your son a scholarship. He may know how to train a little bit, but most of the guys that I know that are older than me or my age, they made it to the league because they were just that athletic. Okay? They don't really have a process of how they got there. They just know they worked hard and it was really good. But they don't know the recruiting process. So understand, don't take advice from anybody. You gotta look around, and as a parent, it's your duty. It is your job. It is your job to make sure you talk to these coaches, understand their philosophy before your athlete joins their program, okay? This is very important. Stop taking advice from everybody. You want to find somebody in your community, or if he's not in your community, you may gotta drive an hour. Like you may gotta drive an hour to find that right coach. Man, I got people coming from Alabama, 2 hours away, Augusta, Savannah sometimes to come be a part of my program because they understand I'm giving them the right advice. I'm giving them the right process. I got people all over the country in my program. All right. So you got to understand who you're dealing with and who you want to deal with and who's going to put your son in the right situation. Okay. But quit taking advice from everybody, guys. All right. Hey, guys, that is it for this segment, guys. This is the Tatum Talk Show, guys, where good is the enemy of great.